first things first. We need to well, do a couple of things. So we need to relaunch Stellaris. And basically create essentially the framework for the folder upon which the mod will be placed. Make sure everything else is working fine. Yep. All right, so we're going to go into my standard playset. I'm going to go over here and say add more mods. No, where is it? Up there. The one next to it. Where is it? No, where is it? Not you. I think that's the right one. Add more mods. I go here. There should be. Not browse more mods. That's the playset. Playset's active. All installed mods. Upload mod. I was looking straight at it and I was being an idiot. So when you're going to upload them to either the Paradox site or Steam, you select it from the list that you have here. And it's only going to list the ones that are on your local hard drive, not ones that are downloaded through the workshop. And you can actually tell whether it's a workshop mod or a local mod by the icon here. So you notice that's the Steam icon. That Steam icon means that this mod was downloaded from Steam. Now, if we scroll down to, say, LLX starter text, you'll notice there's a hard drive icon. This means that it's on my hard drive. So that's basically the big thing. So we go to add more mods. Nope, keep doing that, don't I? All installed mods, upload mods. And now if I wanted to say update a mod, like I've tweaked it, changed it, whatever, like effigy is always welcome, whatever. Alternate, I would go, so yeah, we'll start with that. Refugees, always welcome. It says your suggested game version. There's a directory it's going to be in. Whether Steam or Paradox. Pretty standard stuff. The mod ID is if you were actually to go over onto Steam itself on your computer and you were going to the workshop, that would be the ID of the uploaded mod. So that is the ID that shows up in your taskbar. Is there an easy way I can show it to you? Yes, there is an easy way I can show it to you. I'll just choose this one. Go over to the triple things, open Steam Workshop. That'll open it up in a new browser window. And yeah, so that is your mod ID right there. So you don't create this number. You just, when you create a new mod and upload it, that gets inserted into basically the descriptor file. And that's how it's able to locate it for updating it later. So, like for example, if your mod breaks or there's an update or whatever, you can tell it to look for this mod ID when you want to do an update, and it should be able to overwrite the contents there. But we'll talk about that a little bit later when we actually have a finalized mod. First, we need to do it step by step. Upload mod, create a mod. I try to keep my names consistent. LLX. What are we going to do here? Aquatic. GAIA bonus. And I'll just say it's version 1. The directory is going to be called whatever. Call it that. Aquatic. You probably can use space. I prefer not to. Always use an underscore. Now this is, we're changing around, what is it? We're changing around the civic. Civics are, what would I count civics as? Yeah, screw it. I'll call it a fix and gameplay and balance. Why not? Now, it's been created and it's got a base folder now on my computer, but we can't actually work with it just yet. So the other thing we said we were going to do create a mod, LLX, a simulation for everyone. I should not be using it like that. I should just be calling it a simulation for everyone. That we're going to call it 1. And that is called a technology. Create mod. Mod is successfully created. Now we really can't work with it here. We have to actually leave here and open up the folder that's been created into. So let me go and find that. And that is going to be... There we go. This is where all of your mod files are located, as well as your created mods. As far as I know, you can't tell to go to a different directory unless you want to mess with hard links and soft links and all that type of thing. So it's pretty much just going to be in your user documents, Paradox Interactive, Stellaris mod. And there's two things of note. There's a mod file. Now the ones you download from the workshop are just called UGC and the mod ID. The ones you create have these named mod files plus the folder with all the contents. So we're going to go take a look at the first one, Assimilation for Everyone, because I've already kind of made that in the past. I'm just updating it for Herbert. I'm going to go over here, File Explorer, and I'm going to go say, let me do that, and we're going to go over to mods, which is where all my old projects are. Go take this one, we're going to move it over here, we're going to take this one, we're going to stretch it out to here, and let's see. I'm looking to resurrect a little quiet, isn't it? Let me go and find some royalty-free bass music. That play in the background. Out there should be fine, as long as my voice is louder. All right, so we're looking for LLX assimilation. So I need the thumbnail. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I'm being silly. Take it out of here in my in progress folder because it's now going to be an active mod. I don't need it in my in progress folder. Doesn't look like it needs any alterations. Now let's go over to descriptor. And descriptor. Okay, so the descriptor on... Nope, don't. I don't want you to do full screen. I'm going to do full screen anyway. I don't want to do just full screen. So the descriptor over here is from my original project. And the descriptor over here is from the new one. So I'm going to go and update the name. Go change it to fixes. And this is 3.2 Herbert. And actually, while we are here, go back a level and we'll go look at one of the ones I've already done, like Refugees, one of my newer ones. Nope. I want to just have a descriptor.mod. No. Put it right in the middle. So we're going to say ported version 3.2.2, like that. The star means that if they make any slight modifications, but it's still classified as 3.2, like 3.21, 3.23, they'll all technically count as the same thing. The wildcard signal. And then we go say remote file ID. I'm going to be overwriting the old one. Everything else looks fine. 3.2 Herbert. I'm keeping my syntax similar. Good. Now, theme workshop. There we go. Move this over to here. We're going to go to workshop. I'm going to go look at files you've posted. There it is, assimilation for everyone. All I'm here for is that ID code. And then eventually it's going to be updated, and I want to make sure the update looks proper. The descriptor is now updated. I'm actually going to take the descriptor here and overwrite my old descriptor. And I'm going to go over here to common. That's the wrong one. That's fine. Yep, because I modified the actual file. Assimilation. Place the file in the destination. Now, technically, all I have to do is go here, go paste, and say, done. But what I always like to do, and this is why I don't just batch update all my mods, I like to go into the actual source for Stellaris whenever there's a big update and say, let me take a look at how they've changed it in case I need to make any tweaks to the code that way. So I'm going to go open a new window, my folder for actually where Stellaris is located. That's your Steam apps folder, common, wherever Stellaris is. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the same subfolder. So common, species rights, and this is underneath citizen. Was it? I actually put notes for it over here, don't I? Have it in my description. So yeah, no vanilla files have changed. I used a different file name, but citizenship, assimilation, and species rights is changed. So look at species rights. Look at assimilation. Citizenship full. Full machine. Limited. Slavery. Robot servitude. Purge. Purge machine. Not that one. Military service, slavery type, purge types. Purge normal. Purge neutering, purge displacement, purge labor camps, purge matrix, purge processing, purge necrophage. Species controls. What I want to find is assimilation. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for assimilation. Because clearly, they've changed the syntax around. That's why we're doing this. Nope, so can't find assimilation in there. I think it's in living standards. That's the living standards for assimilation. Citizenship assimilation type. Citizenship type assimilation. So it should be in here. But I did not see it. Okay. We look here. That is the base code for it. I'm trying to see if there's any noticeable... Well, easiest way. Take this entire block of text till we hit organic trophy. Copy. Paste over it. Because this change is relatively simple on what I'm trying to do. I'm just opening up its options. So all I have to do is go in here, look at this. This is now the 3.2 Herbert vanilla assimilation text. So let's see here. Potential, yeah. I want to make sure they still need the proper DLCs. I could remove those if I wanted to, but I like to keep the DLCs intact, so these options only come available to you if you have those the right DLCs. Alright, so what do we got here? It will not be available to you if you have a Fanatic Purifier Civic. Remove that. So Fanatic Purifiers can now officially assimilate. These are... So it says you have to have any one of these. It can't be a hive mind. So we're saying here, it has to have the machine authority intelligence. It has to have that. You have to have evolutionary mastery. Result consciousness. So we're going to say none of these matter. Basically just want to make sure it's got this, but for testing purposes, I'm going to say comment that out. Let's remove it all together. Let's see. Allow must not be dominant species. To the lonely hive mind pop. And let's see. So disconnected machines. Let's see. Country flag. This should be all I need to do. But we'll have to go into the game and check to see. But I think that's all I currently need to do. So let me go and take the Stellaris folder, move it off to the side. Simulation for everybody. Release my original base mod. And now the other one we were creating was... Oh, wait. No, simulation for everybody is showing up here. Now, we need to make sure those two match. Descriptor. Now, let's see here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Remote file ID also has to be included. Now, the two mod files are in sync, and so when I load up the game, it should all just detect it, and it should all be fine. You can even upload it and update it, and it'll update the Steam page. Now, other one we want to look at, Gaia bonuses. This one is going to be a brand new one, but we're still going to need to go and reference the base game. So let's go and find species rights. Here we go. Here's the base game stuff. Now for this one we were saying we wanted the aquatics to get their bonuses on a Gaia planet as well. So that is a civic. Civic. Crisis level, country types. Ethics. I think that's what they call them originally. No, which is not what I'm looking for. Looking for the civics. As you can see, there isn't actually one starting with C that says civics. I have to find what they originally called them. Not policies, it's not relics, not ship names, not subjects. Rate? General traits, general leader traits. No, these are the gene traits. These are not country. So let's take a look at maybe the words, something starting with country. Country customization? Country customization? No, that's just talking about what type of main ship to use, what type of colony ship. Country types. No. You look at ethics. Economic categories, edict, espionage, first contact, game rules, governments. I think it's governments. Civics. These are civics, so let's try what's it called? Civics Angler as aquatics. That's aquatics. Trait aquatic. Has trait aquatic. That's fine. So what we're looking for is how it applies to planets. Alright, so it's not going to be in the civic. It's going to be in its... has something to do with planets. So let's go look at planet. Planet modifiers. Planet modifiers. They're pop jobs, aren't they? And they're... well, the pearl diver is a specialist. The other ones are workers. Angler, here we go. Is sapient, can fill job. Planet farmer. Trait thrifty. Has trait agrarian. So it's not here. This just says what it does. Like it says, is an angler's empire. Produces food. But it doesn't say how it's limited to only ocean wet planets. So we're still trying to find the source of how anglers are categorized and applied. Planet classes. Let's see if it shows up in here. Nothing of note. Now these are types of pops. Double check the pop job. Building food processing. Not being purged, not being assimilated. Is sapient. Hidden trigger. Is Gestalt. Is Angler's Empire. Okay. Let's go look. It's referring to is Angler's Empire. Let's look in Empire. Oh. Those are the colony types. A thing you can set. Here, that's the tricky part, is finding the right one. Expand planetary say. That is another one I was interested in looking at. Value less than 3. That is something I want right now. Interesting to know it's the indecision. That's kind of where I expected it to be. Dynamic text. Economic categories. Not going to be an edict. Yep. Be weird if it was in here, but I'll check. Nope, that's just the different types of species. You see like all the different categories and groupings of them. Technology, terraforming, traits. Species, traits, habitability. Well, it recognizes the word aquatic. I just gotta find it. Aquatic species pack. Allowed planet class ocean. Not tradition. Not technology. Static modifiers, aquatics. It might be in here. Yep. Everything tells me it should be underneath pop jobs, where it talks about the actual worker job of an angler. and yet nothing here specifically prohibits it from being on a non-ocean world. There's nothing in here that says an angler has to be that is the big key, is Angler Empire. Let's go see if we can find is Angler Empire. Actually, I wonder. Has the wiki been updated for it? What are you telling me? Wikipedia. Yeah, nothing useful there. Agendas? Nope. Nope. Just look for the word angler in any one of the folders. That makes logical sense. It's not going to be the components, those are about ships. That just tells you what your default capital ship, Windows grep program? What, you mean to try and search through every directory? I've never actually used grep before. I always brute forced it because you can usually just figure out where it is. Ironically, finding out where the heck anglers are located and their restrictions is unusually difficult because I've never run into this level of difficulty trying to find where a category I'm looking for is, and I've created tons of mods. Just in this particular case, I'm not sure where anglers themselves have their decisions made on. It's not going to be crisis because it's not related to a crisis. Do I really want to try and find grep for Windows and install it for something that I'll probably use very irregularly? Don't actually search through all of the folders. That is the question. Yeah. I'll like try. I have to now navigate. Come on, computer, stop being weird. Here. I should be able to do that pretty easily. CD. Nope. Come on. Did it before with all my bots, and now I'm forgetting how I change directories. That worked. Finally get the proc. Well, it's doing something. The only thing I hate about the command prompt is the fact that it doesn't really tell you whether or not it's doing the thing, or you've just borked it. Theoretically, it's searching for angler. I don't know what it's doing at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be doing what I want to do. Come on, just give me a window. Go back to a command prompt. That was annoying. Try this again. Alright, let's try it again. No, we don't want to search for windows. We want to search for anglers. Let's see what it finds me. That's start game effects. That's scripted locations. That's scripted triggers. And that's scripted locations. I feel it's got to be scripted triggers or scripted locations. Put that off to the side. Zero scripted triggers. And thank you. Is Angler's Empire. So that is just scripted triggers. And it's just saying, has valid civic, anglers are corporate anglers. So if it's not in scripted triggers, then logically, what we're looking for is scripted locations. So we want scripted locations. Regular? Scripted location, scripted location. I feel like that would refer to it being in... Yeah, it's definitely referring to it in French. So weirdly enough, should be this one. Is angler. Location. Eh. Not in here. Not in here. Not in here. Nope. Alright, so scripted effects could be. Not there. Start of game effects. That is one of the things that actually mentions it. But I'm looking for something that doesn't apply to just start of game. Huh. Now, that is interesting. Replace farming districts with uncapped ones for angler civics on Ocean World. So what are we looking for here? This seems to be the thing. This is the start of game effect. And I feel like that is the less. This is called an initializers for all before the Empire actually exists. That's not what we want. We want something for planet classes. That's for initializing, but we don't care about initializing. The other one that we found was references to government civics origins. I'm not just saying you can't have anglers in these things. So that's not what we're looking for. Alright, well then. We have districts, rural. That's something that pulled up the word anglers. Rural districts. Okay, what do we got here? Districts farming is angler. Angler Empire. So this. Alright. What do we got here? not is planet ocean. Has climate wet. Angler. It could be this one. Is planet PC Ocean. What I'm not saying is where it would change, where it gives changes it from giving you, like for example, job agri drone ad. There should be job farmer ad. One of them should reference. Up here we go. Triggered planet modifier. Potential is Angler's Empire, is wet. Job, add an angler, add a pearl diver. So this is the bit of code that's important. The annoying thing is it's buried within the farmer code, and I don't want to completely re-import the farmer code. So let's just see what we've got to work with and see if it's possible aqua angler, pearl driver effect. Yeah, I think I can make something work with this. Is Angler's Empire, is a wet empire. That means completely changing districts farming just to include Gaia worlds. And as soon as district farmings change from the next update, this would break. So, what can we do? Because we just need to change this bit of code. This is all that matters. We need to find a way to make that work. Let's minimize this. Take a look at our last option. Building, resource building. Hydroponic farm. This should work. This should work. Hydroponic. So, okay. Let's look at the status of what we have to deal with. We have two choices. So we either have to do a complete override of the farming district just to add Gaia in as a viable option for the triggered planet modifier, or we have to replace the entirety of the code for the hydroponics farm, again for the same reason. And if I'm not mistaken, it probably also affects the food processing facility. Food processing center. Yeah, so I either have to replace... I might even have to replace both of them. So, I was hoping this would be relatively simple, but by the looks of it, it's not. Basically, the idea is Gaia worlds are supposed to be ideal worlds. They're supposed to be perfect worlds. The only problem is if you're running an aquatic empire, Gaia worlds serve no purpose. Because if you land on a Gaia world, sure, everybody else who isn't you gets benefits, but you lose your pearl divers and you lose your anglers. And those give you good bonuses. But the Gaia world, a Gaia world should be an ideal world, which means you should get all your best people on it. But you don't. You get standard Gaia world stuff. So you get standard Gaia world farmers instead of your ocean world anglers. And unfortunately, looking at the code here, I'd have to completely replace all of the hydroponics, the food-based industries, just to add an exception for Gaia worlds, and more than likely probably have to do the same thing for the rural buildings. Yeah. Because right now, if you're running aquatics, there's no purpose in having a Gaia world at all. And unfortunately, Gaia worlds you can't terraform back into ocean worlds. Gaia worlds are considered top tier. So the question then becomes, do we want to completely override both the rural districts and the hydroponic buildings to include this exception, or just say fuck it and ignore it? Huh. Logically, to get the best results, we'd have to replace both. Now, I hate doing sweeping changes that only change one line, because as soon as there's an update, this ends up being bricked, and I have to go back to the baseline and change it all over again. District farming. So I'd have to change that. And is there a farming uncapped? Farming uncapped. So I have to do the same thing here. Just to add the Pearl Diver exception. Man. That's annoying. Yeah, screw it. I'll do it. It might not be a mod update very often because of the sheer amount of work that's going to be involved in cross-checking any updates and changes. But screw it. I'll make the mod. Let's go open up 3 hydroponics. So I only need to update the hydroponics and food related ones. So this file does not need to care about mineral purification plants. That's why I gave it a different file name, so it wouldn't cause, like, it wouldn't brick it. It would just overwrite things with the same function names. Mineral purification hubs. Energy grid. Energy nexus. Resource silo. Bioreactor. Alright. Let's take a look. Basically, everything here is going to remain exactly the same, except when we get here, we say is angler, planet is wet, try to find the first reference. Now they're called Is Gaia? Is Gaia a keyword? Now, where are you, other Angler references? Ah, yeah. Here we go. That's the hydroponic. Move that off to the side. Because I also need... Not hydroponic. Where are you? This one. Rural district. Oh, that's a different one. Alright, so that way I go over to common district. Rural district override. Well, we don't care about the generators. We don't care about the mining district. There it is. Farming. Generator uncapped. Mining uncapped. Farming uncapped. Now here. Triggered planet. Here we go. That is that. Minimize that. Let's make sure the descriptor is consistent with how I title my other mods. And go out here. Aquatic Gaia bonuses. Save that. That should be everything. Now the big test. Now where did I put that audio? Royalty-free audio. So we can pause that. Go back into Stellaris. Yes, add them to my current Let's Play. You can see there, they're local mods. They've got the local mod icon. Even go when we created them, we created them with a different name because I updated the descriptor file. They're using the information from the descriptor file. And now, assuming I haven't done something incredibly stupid, when we go to resume, well, the game will launch, hopefully. And I haven't completely broken the game. with my little edits. And 2, they'll be working. Now, the assimilation one should be working just fine. All I did was update it for the current build. So if I go over into my species list, I should just be able to take any one of the species I see in there and just say, we're going to turn them over from slave to being assimilated. And our undead zombie dolphins basically will start converting the rest of the universe into themselves. Now, I do remember the first time I released assimilation for everybody, it defaults you to assimilation. So when you have the mod installed, the first thing you want to do, once you entered into your game, is go into your species data and make sure it hasn't done something weird. It just something had to do with assimilation. Decides that likes to take priority over everything else. That'll really screw up your economy. So it's definitely a mod you don't just dive right into, because for some reason it has a weird effect when it becomes active. So, first we'll zoom out. The game didn't instantly crash. That's always a good sign. Like, for example, suddenly I'm consuming an absolute shit ton of... Alright, so let's see. Rights. Full citizenship. Let's go take a look, say, at the row choice, and I go to set rights, slaves, assimilation. But right now, everybody looks like they're currently set to chattel slavery. So yeah, I'm going to go say set right, assimilation. And where does that drop the rochoids? Down here? Set right, citizenship, assimilation. Now, this should mean... I'm not sure actually where the rochoids currently are. So I'm just going to go through Rochoid, Illuminate. They're currently being assimilated. That is so weird. Okay. Just go through and tag everybody. Let's just make our own kind. The rest of the universe can slowly die out. Mass-produced robot. Mass-produced robots. Well, you can keep making robots, doesn't really matter. We'll just send them off-world. Now, these should be Gaia World. And do I have... No, they're still making farmers, aren't they? So that mod is actually not working. Which is a bummer. But that's why you have to do testing. Prerequisite resource trigger description upgrade. Yeah, that would mean that I broke something. This means that the building itself is broken. Okay. If I check, yeah, because that would mean here, yeah, we don't even have them on our home world. Save game. Save. Exit to desktop. Wait for it to stop. So yes, I'm going to have to do some serious behind the scenes troubleshooting. Because no, absolutely not. The Gaia update did not work. That means I have to do some serious work on the Gaia update. So let's turn off the Gaia update. However, assimilation for everyone seems to be working fine. So, how do you update the mod to Steam? Here's what the page currently looks like. As I said before, I put the ID into the descriptor file. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to all installed mods, upload mod, select the mod. In this case, we know exactly what we're working with. It is assimilation for everyone. We're going to go click Steam Workshop. It's using the description that's already in the file. I don't really need to do anything else. You can see it says suggested game version 3.2 star. Everything looks good. Mod ID, it looks good. Click Upload Mod. Your mod is being uploaded, checking endpoints of all roads, calculating sums, so on and so forth. Now we go over here. Good old refresh the page. And now, LX Mod, the simulation for everyone, 3.2 Herbert, is now up and live. And there you go. Simulation for everyone is now live. Clearly, I still have to work on the other one. But while we are in here, let me make the framework for one more mod that I'll work on off camera. This is LX mods infinite Terry the expansion. And the name does exactly what you think it's going to do based on the name. This is a I'll call it a fix. One, create mod that creates the folder for it. Not going to do anything else with it at the moment. Add the current playstyle. It's going to be turned off because it's empty at the moment. And now we're just going to go over to home. Go to resume. And now what we should see happen is my food will jump back up into the positives because I actually have working food facilities again. They're not broken. Because, like I said, I have clearly done something to them that I'm going to have to look into. For whatever reason, the OR handler I put in, I didn't syntax it right. So it broke something. That's fine. And I'll deal with it in the future. What I might just do, what would be easier, make a bunch of buildings just work for Gaia planets that just have improved resource production. I don't know. I'll have to tinker with it. Now, let's see if my game is broken. Or if the food production will be back to normal now that we actually have food producers. And I haven't literally broken the rural districts. Yeah. Meh. That's weird. The UI is not there. Hmm? Yeah, this is incredibly weird. The UI is just not loading in. And I can't escape or alt tab or unpause. I can't zoom in on the planets. Basically, I can't bring up the UI at all. Like, all the sidebars are just gone. Now, maybe that's just a weird glitch in the Matrix. Seriously, are you not detecting Stellaris at all? That's weird. Never seen that happen before. End task. Take two. Maybe they're bored because it's a save with, the changes I made, which included broken stuff, but it should easily revert itself. I've I've loaded and saved broken buildings, and then unbroke the buildings, and then loaded the save, and it was just fine. Breaking the buildings shouldn't break the UI. It just breaks your resource production. We'll find out in a moment. Worst case scenario, I'll revert to the save beforehand. There's the UI. So yeah, it was just a glitch in the matrix. If I go look here at population, there's our anglers, there's our pearl divers. Everything's working the way it should. We are assimilating. If I go over to, nope, species, chattel slavery, full citizenship, assimilation, sort by rights. Everything looks fine. Asgard looks fine. But everything does look like it is proceeding the way it should. Looks fine, looks fine. There's a new ocean world. I've already got a few worlds going, so I don't want to start too many empires, too many planets. Crime. From those damn tabloids. I go take a look at my shipyards. I should have. Yeah, I don't have the resources to make a juggernaut, but I should be able to technically make one. And the other ones should be able to make titans. Yep. You're there. You're an Enther, and you have got no way out, do you? You're just over there in Grugnar. You're over here at Ampural. Where's my one at Grugnar? So I really just need 3,000 more alloys. Well, I am here. Ship upkeep, naval capacity, monthly minerals, hearts and mines. More minerals. I certainly need more mineral production. Minerals is how I make my ships. Can I? No. 19K. 19K if I wanted to just buy it. Happiness plus 10. Screw it. It'll improve my production. People really do not take... People take for granted just how powerful a buff to happiness is. Like, it improves your stability. It decreases your crime. Like, when your populations are happy, you get nice bonuses. So let's see, like, for example... Where is it listed? Happiness. Pop approval rate. So... A planet with low approval rating will have reduced stability and may experience more crime. So if you can just make your pops happier, you'll get higher stability and lower crime. Now, unfortunately, I do not know off the top of my head how you just improve happiness is just a blanket statement. Like, is there an happiness producing building? I think it's Hollow Theaters. Believe. Where are you? Should have Hollow Theaters here. I might have removed them to play something else. Nope, here they go. Hyper Entertainment Forums. They produce, yeah, they produce amenities. And amenities, yeah, effects from high amenities, Citizen Pop Happiness plus 20. So basically, the more amenities you can pump out, the higher your pop happiness gets. You can see here. I'm getting a plus 20, generally speaking, just because of my amenity bonus. I don't have on Port Eleanor any cops. Well, let's fix that now. Do I have any duplicates on here I can mess with? No, that is kind of everything, isn't it? Now, oh. Dragon Scale Armor. Improve production. I want to do, say, another city district. Another city district. At least get me 2 more buildings. Haven't fully utilized the buildings I got here, do I? Oh no, interesting. I hadn't even noticed that. Let's replace that with a... where are you? I should have a second moat harvesting tap. Nope, only one on that planet. Alright, so let's see here. I'll take one of you, make you a city district. And what can I do here? Trying to make sure I don't have any duplicate buildings. So I gotta try and take advantage of as much space as I've got. Now everything looks like they're standard there. This is a stupidly small Gaia world, though. I'm really not taking advantage of the full power of Prophet's Retreat, am I? Though it is a holy world, so... think of just how much I could do if this was not a resort world. I should make one of my other worlds the resort world. Like making this one the resort world. But if I did that, I'd have to make Prophet's Retreat no longer resort world, and there's just so much. Like, it's perfect for resort world being a wholly consecrated world. It's kind of ideal. Give you the shield generators that are making robots. Maximize the gas extraction wells. Everything else here looks fine. You are like that because we haven't restored the Enucopolis, because I don't have anti-gravity engineering yet. That's why. That's why I haven't been able to get the most out of this one. Let's take a look at this one. Everything looks about what I expect. This could be... I really do need to get a new penal planet in place. Everything here looks like standard buildings. Doesn't look like I have any duplicates. Get some people over here. I should have some blanks, or what's what I'm looking for, who do not have jobs. So I should be able to move them over here. Nope, I think that is everybody that was unemployed. Yeah, let's get some basic infrastructure in here. Or some improved infrastructure, rather. Ministry of Production is very useful because it basically buffs, well, there it is, it's right in the name, metallurgists and artisans. Basically, more alloys, more commercial goods from what you've already got. I need to create a thrall world. Let's see here. Launch anti-crime. And where is... Nope, expanded planetary sea is already in effect. Asgard is still has so much room to grow. And let's see what else. And then here's Ampure Prime, which the giant scary robots told us to colonize. So let's make sure we've got everything queued up that we can get queued up. Alright, so we're looking at a brand new planet. So we want Precinct House, Strong House, Robot. That should be basically everything we need for Ampure Prime. Dora Star should be able to queue up a Juggernaut. Awesome. That looks fine there. Yeah, boy. Well, looks like I'm going to have to use... Yeah, have we got any more breakthrough connections into other space at the moment? No, it looks like we've got exactly what we want. We've got a complete control over our sector of space. Alright. Alright, Ulam. You just had to break the perfect piece. Alright. So we'll go here to Ulam. And we're going to go and upgrade it. So that we can break that connection. And keep ourselves isolated. I feel sorry for that Star Dynasty colony ship. Because they ain't getting out of there. Yeah. Star Dynasty is terrifying. Look at all of their territory. They really just collapsed me into a corner. But that's fine. That's fine. Ain't gonna be able to do much. Need to figure out a good world that I can use as my... You know, it's a decent size ocean world. So this, I'm going to colonize. And I'm going to call...
Technology secured.
Penal. It'll be my new penal colony. in Alderaan Prime. And do I have a good one that I can use as my Thrall world? That's going to be my new Thrall world. Well, this is what produces Unity for me, so Sanctuary proposed. I do need Unity production. Unity and Science production. I need to get them underway at some point. That should take care of that. Should take care of that. That is the basic infrastructure of everything. UNIF just needs its hyperlane disentangler. And it's just going to be a standard trade hub. And there really isn't much more to talk about here. I just gotta keep building up my resources so that I can repair the mega shipyard and repair the science nexus and build the sentry array, which I'm getting pretty close to. Yeah, sentry array just needs another 1,500 more allies, but I won't do that off camera. That's all just behind the scenes stuff. So I build up my infrastructure, and of course I've got mods to tinker with. Peace out.